For most men, women are these elusive species that they can't ever figure out. They don't know what they want and what truths they hold. The good news is that women are not so hard to read. The bad news is most men realize it all too late. By that time, they're knee-deep in a relationship and they're surprised at how many things they didn't know. To make sure you don't meet the same fate, this video contains truths about women that men learn too late. It's better to know now than to learn them the hard way. Number 10. First impressions matter. First impressions are the last impressions. But did you ever wonder why that's true? More importantly, why are first impressions so crucial when interacting with women? For starters, they set the tone for the entire interaction. However, there's more to it. When it comes to women, the show you put on in your first interaction is the one you'll get judged upon for the rest of your journey with her. For instance, if you go all in on flaunting your wealth and status, you might as well explicitly say that you're all about material benefits. It's exactly similar to women dressing up provocatively. We all know they crave attention. The bottom line is, the stage you set up is what you'll be used for. If it's based on flashy stuff, women will use you for your money. But if you lead with an air of authority, women will reciprocate it with appreciation, and they'll value you for who you are, not for what you have. Be mindful of what you're putting out there, because it's going to shape how you're perceived. Number 9. Women like dominant men. Forget all the stuff you're told about being nice and easy. In today's world, women will not think for 2 seconds before running all over you. You've got to stand your ground and assert your dominance and masculinity. Don't worry about coming off as overbearing and rude. You're just owning who you are and being confident about it. Back in the day, life was all about survival. There was no space for weakness and incompetence. Your tribe, your woman, they all relied on your strength and competence to help them make it through. Given that, things have changed now, but not so much. When women see you as a weak link, their survival instincts will kick in, and they'll step up and take the reins. So avoid appearing weak and docile. The strong ones lead the pack. Be the strong one. Number 8. Nice guys finish last. Here's another hard-hitting truth. Nice guys always finish last. You must have heard this saying, but most men don't pay any heed to it. However, it's a valid statement that holds a lot of weight. Why? Let us break it down for you. Firstly, women in their prime years are always out there playing the field and exploring life. They want a man who can help them experience the thrill of life. But later on, when the desire to settle down kicks in, they scour the field for someone nice and stable. That's when the nice guy gets his shot, at last. The second reason is more societal. If you're the kind of guy people label as sensitive, soft, or shy, women will avoid you. Not deliberately, but they just won't be attracted to you. Our society paints these soft traits as undesirable in men. In their terms, it means you're boring and predictable. But the positive side is that if you're a nice guy, you don't have to finish last. All women want is a guy who commands respect and refuses to settle for anything less than what he deserves. If you can do that, without being a people pleaser, you're good to go. Number 7. Women lack empathy for men. What most men realize too late is that women deeply struggle with empathizing with men. Most women, when looking at a man, they see this rock-solid, devoid of emotion pillar of strength. It becomes easy to overlook the fact that he's just as human as they are. Men have emotions and feelings that are just as valid. Another big factor is the way we're all brought up. Men are constantly told to man up and don't cry. And this constant pressure to be stoic and unbreakable affects men and women both. Men bottle up their emotions, and women don't perceive them. However, you need to acknowledge your own emotions and feelings. And if you find someone else disregarding them, stand up to them. Number 6. Women like emotionally unavailable men. It's human instinct to want what you can't have. The same principle applies to women's attraction towards men. They want emotionally unavailable men because they feel this intense attraction towards them. And if you ever ask them why, you'll probably get a response along the lines of, "We don't know. There's just something about him." Well, that something is his emotional unavailability. But why is this so? It's Psychology 101. On the one hand, we have the scarcity principle. Humans tend to crave rare things. When something feels out of reach, our desire for it skyrockets. On the other hand, you have the challenge factor. Women love themselves a challenge. The thrill of pursuing something that's difficult to obtain is exciting and full of allure. Then we have the mystery of the forbidden fruit. Women are naturally curious beings, and when something is off limits, it sparks their desire. They want what they're told they can't have. Lastly, and most importantly, the ego boost. Women get an ego boost when they finally get what they've been chasing. Their confidence shoots through the roof. And why wouldn't it? They attain what was unattainable. Number 5. Women will test you. We all like to test the waters we're going to dive in. Women are the same. They test you to check your compatibility with them, or they'll test you to see if you're someone she can rely on and trust when things get serious. Moreover, they can also throw these little mini quizzes along the way to test your confidence. When she throws these tests your way, it's partly to see if you're as confident and self-assured as you appear. But the most important reason why women test you is to figure out your boundaries. She needs to know what she can push and what's a no-go. The trick to passing these tests is to never fluster in the face of them. Now that you know what these tests are for, you can always adjust your answers to pass them with flying colors. Number 4. Security is important. Sure, the world has evolved and women have become more independent and strong, but that doesn't change the fact that women, at the heart, want one thing from a man: security. They have this deep-seated primal need to feel safe with a man in every aspect of life, be it emotional, financial, or physical. It doesn't matter how self-reliant a woman is. The instinct to seek security from a man is hardwired. If you think about it, it makes sense. The qualities that a woman looks for in a man include masculinity, honesty, and confidence. And they all intersect at one point: security. So you can do anything in the world, but if you can't make a woman feel secure, she won't stick with you. Number 3. Physical desirability is critical. If there's one thing that women take to heart, it's their physical desirability. From day one, girls are taught that their beauty and sexuality matter the most. It's the one thing they'll be judged upon. Even before they can spell their own names, they're labeled under the umbrellas of pretty and beautiful. Keep this in mind and fast forward to adulthood. It's no surprise that many women feel this intense pressure to be wanted and desired. They've been conditioned to equate their value with their sexual desirability. Now you have to make sure that if you want to make a woman stick around, you make her feel that she's sexy and beautiful. Number 2. Attention is a woman's currency. For women, there's a direct line to self-worth and self-validation, and it's called attention. Attention is a currency that holds so much power for them that it's their driving force. Attention is the driving force for many women, and it's a currency that holds immense power. Men are blamed for having fragile egos, but women themselves have more fragile egos, especially when they lack a strong sense of inner security. It all makes sense as well. It's the reason why they put so much effort into how they look. It's not just about vanity, it's the sole driving reason for the beauty and fashion industries. Now, women can seek attention in different ways. On the one hand, you've got those who lay it all out there, and then you have the others who adopt subtle ways. They drop a workout photo or teasing selfie. The thing is that you need to pay attention to a woman's need for attention. If you don't, you're going to set yourself up for a life of long-winded arguments and unhappiness. Number 1. Lower sex drive. The difference between a man's sex drive and a woman's sex drive is huge. And the reality? Well, the reality is that women, more often than not, will not be able to keep up with your sex drive. Before you dismiss this as a wild generalization, this claim is actually rooted in biology and evolution. Blame natural selection. You see, evolution has wired women to have a built-in resistance to sex. The reason is that women's bodies associate sex with pregnancy and all the complications that come with it. That's why, on average, women have a lower sex drive compared to men. You should know this because as your relationship matures, your partner's sex drive will simmer down. So you need to be hard-pressed to find a woman who can match your sex drive. Otherwise, it's going to be a long road. For more hard-hitting truths, don't forget to check out our next video.